First of all, I need to make an announcement. Gentlemen, I need to make an announcement. Thank you for gathering, fine gentlemen. My announcement is, fuck Jannies. Fuck trans. It's an esoteric PPPism news alert on the status of Lord PPP's exile in Tibet. This video's purpose is to uncover the current tidal wave of gay opery currently going on. For too long didn't watch. We will cover Jannie Jush's disinfo tactics. We are going to cover the gun guard, and why they will get the cope too. We are going to cover Jannie Jim, and his fucking dishonesty. As we covered before, Lord PPP and Godwinson are being attacked by a multi-pronged force called Project Simp 2 led by Dick Masterson, who had escalated shit out of control by flagging down Lord PPP in now 2 occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, it all has been caused by a guy with a nose job got triggered because people joked his simping with 2 pill popping ant lines. A guy so pathetic that is trying to sell you sour roast beef as esoteric wagyu meat. They know now that the righteous pink starfish of Lord PPP is looking at them like the Ujjawa eye of Horus, and is looking for justice emanating from Lord PPP's PP pineal gland. On Jannie Jush. The reason Jannie Jush is so desperately hitting his Jannie Central and the current psyop going on is to protect narratives from escalation. In this video, Quarantining the Internet, 56% wannabe TV anchor interviews Jush's sexual fantasy, the Venus of Moon, about killing wrong think on the internet.
With respect to this question of quarantining racist content, that's the way to quarantine it on television. Quarantining Trump rallies is one way to do that, but how do you quarantine online?
The best way to get platform companies to adopt a journalistic ethic and practice around choices in what to serve people as news, and strengthening that core of journalists that are using internet technologies in order to do not, like Jack Smith is a good example of someone that has a very broad audience but isn't breaking through to that large level. So Mike, for instance, is a good example of that, or Vox. How do you get investment in those kinds of media companies that do interesting journalism? And then you have a bunch of people that are pretending to be journalists.
If you translate the esoteric doublespeak into human, you get the following message. You remove undesired speech by setting up quarantine spaces where you can lock a threat narrative, and in exchange creating a new narrative in the official space, usually by a trusted expert rabbinical voice in the subject to control the new narrative until the old one fades away. New developments in this ongoing strategy is that the Jannie-in-Chief removed his link to the Simp conspiracy from the main page. Now we are going to explain step by step how the strategy works. First, a problematic thread starts. Lord PPP covers the Simpspiracy and is being attacked for it. The backlash from decentralized actors such as Lord PPP fans and people with a spine go to Dick Masterson thread to blast said concern. Second, Jannie Jush understands that any logical conclusion will get him demonetized of those sweet $2K a month from Dick Stick. He knows that radical left-wing journalists as bad faith operators can blow this story and make close the allegedly money laundering scheme going on. So he has to do something. He sets up a quarantine space called the Simp Conspiracy. Magically, and after months of people wondering why there is none, a Lord PPP thread appears, all of them with Jush's blessing. We pointed out that said thread is haram and incomplete for not including the Holy Grail, the Kensho Satori moment where Lord PPP spread his ass cheeks to an audience of autists on New Year's Eve. After the forum rebelling against the ongoing gay op, the containment thread gets homepaged, creating a false victory for the Simpspiracy others. Third,
message swept by moderator.
Does a stream. While all this happens, some 2 of the Jannies post endlessly anti-Lord PPP heresy on the thread to create a narratives that deflates the attention out of the subject and into the sacred figure of Lord PPP.
Message Jannied by Jannie.
Exposing Jews alleged.
Message swept by moderator. Message swept by moderator. Message Jannied by Jannie.
Also expose the Gunt Guards.
Message Gunted by Gunt Guard.
Jush decided to ban a bunch of alleged.
Message Jannied by Jannie.
Gang under the argument that it all was a.
Message Jannied by Jannie.
Op 2.
Message Jannied by Jannie.
What tried so?
Message Jannied by Jannie.
Now Jush thinks that he successfully deterred the narrative away from the main subject, which is the current cover-up he also participant of. What he doesn't know is that Lord PPP cannot be tricked this way. Good luck on the next reincarnation. On more esoteric news, Arby's logo, known as Guntgate 0.0 during Bodhisattva Leo Pirate Gun Wars.
I'm talking about, I wake up in the morning and he tags me in some shit about Arby's. And it's like, okay, you know what? I don't even care about the Arby's thing now. It's funny sometimes. If it's somebody like I know messing with me or they're just messing with me in good fun, there's no problem with that. I don't like this motherfucker. He's tagging me in some Arby's shit out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay, motherfucker. Like, he said I got Arby's on my mind.
Predicts the Gunt and predicts the treason of the Gunt Guard against Keith and Ralph. According to the principle of as above so below, if you mirror an image you can get its esoteric meanings. And as you can see above after mirroring the logo. Anything familiar? Okay, let's try again. Nothing? What about now? You have been
Message gunted by Gunt Guard.
The model also comes from the Jungian concept of the shadow. Ethan Ralph's shadow is the Gunt. Back to the literal meaning of the Arby's logo. There is another meaning linked to numerology on it. Do you see it? What about now? The number 13 has been linked to Judas. Before we continue, you know why shape-shifting trans-dimensional entity, Machine Elf also known as Godwinson, calls Dodge McKinney is because of this.
This is the face of a fucking Judas! Judas! Mick Judas! Right here, ladies and gentlemen.
13 is Judas' number. Judas Iscariot was the 13th member to arrive to the Last Supper since Jesus plus the 12 apostles, because he was busy selling out Jesus to the Romans and the Pharisees. And Toad McKinley is not only Judas once, but Judas twice. His 26 pieces of silver are twice 13. And he has 6 donors? Funny coincidence? Back to the Gunt Guard. The deflection of infamous Sawdust Flamingo and Restream are full blast forever. Their treason. The Judas twice, back to 26, were directly connected since the beginning. On Janny Jim. The only thing for now we are going to mention from Jim, after demanding all sorts of evidence from Lord PPP when it comes to their lackeys.
Funny to, have been a conspiracy theorist yourself at certain points in time, but now this isn't worth looking into. Like, do you think it's worth looking into at least?
I'm saying if you want to dig. If you find shit, great. If they're responsible, they're gay for it. But I haven't seen anything showing that.
To their bootlickers that leverage this man's reputation, which is just cringe and Reddit, at Wines and Freeze now. Look how this man reacted when Monday Matt flagged down his content. Look how skeptic Jim looked.
100%. I'm not, no benefit of the doubt bullshit. Matt did this. I've seen this happen 6 or 7 times. I've seen it happen repeatedly to people that put up videos criticizing Matt. That near instantaneously they get pulled down. There is no way that Matt didn't do this, and I suspect that he did it on all the other ones too.
Talking about skepticism, we have come full circle when Jim should be mocked with Sargon's horseshoe theory because both are the same. American Sargon is using skeptic deflection tactics, just like British Sargon, Kraut, V and all that Septic Pit did when confronted with doxing and false flagging. Currently we cannot ask as if Jim's soul's redeemable anymore. Chat. What is at stake now is the future of content on the internet. The eternal monetization of this side of the internet has been nothing but detrimental. If the content is too politically or philosophically extreme, it gets you landed on a Department of Defense blacklist. All content gets tamer and tamer, and truth and honesty and the capability of fight back dies with it. People like Godwinson, and archetypal reincarnations like Lord PPP are of a dying breed. If we lose this fight, everybody will be pig-paying Coach Gun pill talking with his toth about abortions. That is the future of quality content on the internet. But that future ain't happening. What the Gun crew, what the Project Simp crew are unaware of is that Lord PPP has a secret weapon. No matter what they try to do, they will only keep losing. Lord PPP's life is not over, is just beginning. He does not need to beg on the internet for a life, nor any of these e-celebs. Even they could beg on the internet but actually make some quality product on the way. The more they will attack Lord PPP, the more money they will lose, because the pay piggies see now, and the point of no return on ignoring is over. And a reminder, most of the people against characters like Ethan Ralph and Dick Masterson were once followers and fans of their work. Is a perfect equation for destruction. So once again chat, demonetize your local e-celeb and encourage the pay piggies to do so. Oh, I'm sorry. It seems Lord PPP and company have a phone call.
Starting a doomsday cult now? What, trying to get us Waco'd?
Oh, something's missing. I just can't figure it out. It's like ethno-nationalism isn't enough on its own. There's something critical missing from its formula. Nationalism,